Oh, I'm sorry, Stacy. And it has a little X on it.
Oh, here. That's okay. It's so good to see you, my dear. So good to see you too. Thank you.
Good morning, beloved family. I ask you to join me in taking in a loving, peaceful breath. Take that breath into your heart. It can be gentle, it can be deep, whatever works for you. Breathing out peace and love. Breathing in one more time. Feel the love and the peace vibrating out from you throughout our world. Breathing out. And one more time, a loving breath. And breathing out. Knowing that each one of us are together by divine appointment. Feeling the love that emanates to each one of us, from each one of us. Feel the light gently ebbing and weaving through your body, your heart, your mind. Just feel the peace, the love that each of you are, that I am. Just feel the love. Feeling the peace and again vibrating at peace throughout our world, to our loved ones, to our animals, to all people and sentient beings on Mother Earth. If you have your hand over your heart, feel your heart beating. That is love for yourself and for others. Imagine that we are sending waves of love everywhere, to everyone. Just feel that peaceful love. It is so gentle, but at the same time, so strong. Breathing in peace, exhaling peace. Breathing in love and breathing out love. Knowing that your energy is flowing out from you, your loving energy, and it's touching people all around you. We are the light of the world. Just see that light. Feel that light. It is so soothing. The peace is soothing. We'll sit in silence for a moment or two, just to settle in to that peace and that love that you are. Now come back to your awareness of the love and the peace that is radiating throughout the sanctuary, is radiating out the windows and the doors and touching other people's hearts. It is felt by all. Sometimes people don't know when they walk by us that just our loving energy touches them. Again, feeling your heart, the love that each of you and I are. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and join back into the room. And so it is. Namaste. Blessings to all beloveds. Ready? You can open your eyes and join back into the room. And so it is. Namaste. Blessings to all beloveds.
Wow. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I love you, Ardelia. It was beautiful. So good to see her. How lucky are we that we have this thing where we can see our friends far away. Oh, it's so beautiful. Happy Easter. You are sacred You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the faces of God. I hold you in my heart, and I will always. You are my family. You are the face of God. You are my family. You are the face of God. I'm so grateful today to know on this beautiful, sunny Easter Sunday that the truth is being revealed today. That my truth is that God is absolutely all that is. It is everywhere present. It is in and through every person, place, or thing. It is the air that I breathe. It is the love that beats in my heart. It is the joy that just bubbles up. It is that divine energy that keeps me moving and grooving. I am so grateful, my God, to know that this allness, this truth of who I am, is the truth of each and every person in this place, in this space. I am so grateful. And so, my God, knowing the truth today, I stand in this place willing to release all that does not serve me, to let go of it, to make space for the good and the love and the peace and the kindness and the life, all that God is. It is all right here, right now within me. And I know that I'm not the only one. That God being everywhere present is in and through each of us. I'm so grateful. And so from this place of gratitude, I speak my word for this service. I am knowing today that God is in this place. I am knowing today that its mind is in each one of us. It is in the ministers and the message that they bring. It is in the music and the singers and the songs that they sing. It is in each person here because they showed up. I am so grateful, my God, grateful to be here on this day, in this life. There are many of us who have moved forward.
there are many of us who have moved forward, who are enjoying your life everlasting. And I speak a word of blessing for each one of them. This today is Easter. And on this day, I choose to rise up, to be a blessing for each person, for everyone, everywhere, to let my smile welcome them in my life, to be joy so that they can let go of sadness, to be kindness because they may need someone to be kind to them. I thank you, God, for blessing me and for blessing this center, because it is your light in the world. It is the place that we come so that we can be renewed and refreshed. It is the place that we know supports our life. I'm grateful today. Thank you for all that goes on here. Thank you for everyone that has showed up. Thank you, my God. I am so grateful. And from this place of gratitude, knowing that God, being that allness, is in every word that I've spoken, and that I've spoken the truth, and that it is done as I release it to that law right here and right now. It is done. And I say thank you, God, for your blessings, for blessing me, for blessing this center. And so it is. Amen, amen, amen.
God, thank you for Daisy. Incredible Daisy. Thank you. I, like Daisy, am so grateful. So grateful. Because you know what? We are one big family. Everybody get up on your feet if you want to. Feel alive with everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet, yeah. See the light. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm seeing Joe for the first time in person. I'm so happy. I love you. Woo.
I love you more. Patty Powers and Dave. Awesome. What a blessing you both are to us. While you're standing, if it's comfortable for you, please say with me, God bless America and the rest of the world. And we mean it. Yes. Give yourselves a hug. And don't hug anybody without permission. Yes. Please be seated. Hey. Wow. I heard someone say, you didn't ask me. Oh my goodness. What's that last line in that song?
Let us be reminded. Oh,
We are love, we are one.
yeah.
One big family. Hey, I'm so glad you're all here. Who's here for the first time? I know I see faces I haven't seen in a little while.
There's one. Like
Where?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. Hi. Monica?
Margot.
Margot. Hi, Margot. Thank you for coming. She wasn't going to let you. She said she dragged you, so she had you put your arm up and everything. Wow. What a great friend. Who else is here for the first time? And for real or hi. How'd you hear about us?
I used to go to Spiritual Center in
Vallejo.
D. Jacqueline.
D. Jacqueline was that
And
one?
somebody else.
And some now I don't know who it is now, but
It's a man.
it's a guy.
Yeah.
Las Vegas. I actually came here once, and then I couldn't figure out where it was, and then dropped off. And that was like 6 years ago, and I found it this morning. I was like, I've been looking for it.
Oh, I'm so glad you found us. I know sometimes it's hard to find. I don't know why. I know.
To the other place, I think.
Yes. Well, now you know where we are, and I expect to see you again and again. And there are some people here from out of town that I haven't seen in forever, and their initials are Doe and Brian. Yes. I'm so excited to see them. Wow. Hi, everybody. How is everyone doing this fine Easter morning?
Great.
Yes. Resurrection is, you got up this morning. I'm so proud of you. Yes. All right. Thank you for coming and celebrating with us. And I like to tell everyone that no matter where they are on the spiritual path, they'll always be welcomed here. And I work hard to make sure that happens. You don't know what sometimes we have to go through. But we won't tell you either, because it's all good.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Right now, we are going to be doing the dedication for all of these beautiful lilies that you see here decorating our sanctuary. So to start with, we're going to say the names of what we are doing in honor of. In honor of Mimi Howe, in honor of the Howe family. The Revs in honor of Carl and Barbara Howlett. Gail McCann in honor of Esther Van Buskirk. The Revs in honor of the Ministry of Prayer Team. Yvonne in honor of Monica and Jenny. Carl Yanichi in honor of his parents and family. Clem Coate in honor of the Coate family. Joan and Anthony DiStefano in honor of our daughter, Taya. We feel so blessed to be on this journey with you, especially as you live out your dreams. Congratulations on your acceptance into LVA. Now these names are in honor of loved ones lost from the Las Vegas Center of Spiritual Living. Practitioner Franny Ulm. Practitioners Juanita and Monique McCoy. Practitioner Gina Giordano. Practitioner Mariah Calder. Reverend Anna Kendall. And now we have the celebration in celebrations of, and they are Rob Ward in celebration of my mom, Phyllis Ward. The Revs in celebration for the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living. Yes. And the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living in celebration of peace in the Ukraine.
Yes.
Yes. And these last names are in memory of the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living in memory of Reverend Cynthia Clare, our founder. Mimi Howe in memory of the Bertoldi family. Yvonne Valerio in memory of Doris Alstrom. Amy Miner in memory of Howard and Evelyn Calhoun. Reverend Cheryl in memory of my mother, Gladys Bell. And myself in memory of my parents, Dr. Paul and Mickey Bowes. The Seeleys in memory of Mom. And Amy Miner in memory of Willard and Loretta Miner. Rob Ward in memory of my Aunt Connie Klingler. Mimi Howe in memory of the Zucchelli family. And Amy Miner in memory of Joan Moody.
Billions live their lives. That Muhammad, Krishna, or the Buddha are the way. Still some believe it's right. Say in the name of Jesus when you pray. We are a human kind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions, and it all comes down to one. Some say God's a him, still many believe that he is a her. Does God live in our hearts? Or is she somewhere out there in the universe? We are a human kind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions, and it all comes down to one. How far will we have to go before we learn the lesson? Gandhi was a Hindu, Martin Luther King a Christian. Regardless of religion, they knew love was the mission. And it all comes down to one. Is there no God at all? Or a pantheon of gods up in the sky? We can heal our broken heart if we give up the desire to be right. We are a human 7 billion. So many different races and religions, and we all want the same things: health, love, prosperity, and peace. Tolerance is the seed, and the gift of your acceptance is the tree. We are a humankind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions, and it all comes down to one. Whether you are red, brown, yellow, black, or white, a man with a husband or a woman with a wife, we can debate until the end of time who's wrong and who is right, but we can see ourselves as one, 'cause it all comes down to love. Different races and religions, and it all comes down to one.
What an incredible song, first of all. I've never heard that by India Ari.
And the video is gorgeous. Wow.
Life really is beautiful. I mean, we just saw that. This is another song by that beautiful writer, India Ari.
Said shadows make you whole. A life without pain is a wolf in sheep's clothes. 'Cause if you listen to the lessons that it holds, you'll find the gold. Child, it's time to break the shell. Life's gonna hurt, but it's meant to be felt. You cannot touch the sky from inside yourself. You cannot fly until you break the shell. I can remember when I was a child, how the grown folks seem so angry. Why are they so crazy? Why are they so loud? And when I grow up, that's never ever gonna be me. to fall. Child, it's time to break the shell. Life's gonna hurt, but it's meant to be felt. You cannot touch the sky from inside yourself. You cannot fly until you break the shell. Life's gonna be hard. You and the moment. You can find an understanding between who you're meant to be and who you are. Go and be who you are. So much disappointment to finally understand there ain't no such thing as perfect. We're simply all doing the best that we can. And we have a choice to live or truly be alive. Yeah, this is your life. Child, it's time to break the shell. Life's gonna hurt, but it's meant to be felt. You cannot touch the sky from inside yourself. You cannot fly until you break the shell. Do with these words what you will. Time for us to be for real. You'll be stuck on the ground until you finally break your shell.
Oh, I wanted that to be so much better.
Beautiful, beautiful song. Beautiful vocalist.
Thank you.
Beautiful accompaniment. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Beautiful Dave. Yeah. Breaking the shell, that's the tough part, right? Because pain is inevitable and suffering is optional. And suffering really only happens when we get stuck in the way that we think things should be. Yeah. So when we shift our perspective and we realize that it's all working out for our highest and best, then that's when we realize that we're free. Yeah. So you got to break the shell. And I'm going to say this now. We forgot one person, Maravi, a good friend and contributor to our center and has been for such a long time. And Maravi, she lost her mom a couple weeks ago. And so we honor her and celebrate her and her family. And with that, we wanted to honor our beloved minister of prayer team, the people that have they've lost so many. And they're still here, and they're of service, and I know that they're feeling the pain. And even in the pain, they're willing to serve. So thank you for being who you are. Thank you. Oh, somebody else is thanking you too. I wanted to thank you. Yeah. So happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Happy Passover.
Happy Passover.
Ramadan Mubarak. You don't know that one, do you? Something, I don't know how you say happy Ramadan, but I just did, so kind of what that means. And for those of you that don't celebrate to any of those, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy sprummer. Spring and summer, right? 86 degrees on Easter. Gotta love that.
Many people would around the nation, around the world. So yeah, we're here to celebrate something. I think in this teaching, sometimes, I know for myself, I'll speak for myself, I'm not always, the idea of Easter escapes me oftentimes until I really sit down and then actually start writing the talk. I realize no matter if it's the man, the myth, or whatever you want to call it, the message that was sent, it all matters. And so, how somebody's trying to get a hold of you really, really bad.
My daughter.
Okay.
I think God is calling.
God is calling, so you might want to go pick up. But no man, the myth, the message, whatever it is that you believe about Jesus, or even if you don't believe, what he came to say, or what the message is, is that we have all the possibility within. There is something, a presence, an essence, a source of all life that is as close as your next breath, if not closer. And with that, all things are possible. So Jesus taught freedom. It's what this teaching is all about. It's that realization that I can do anything when I am aligned with pure spirit. And that's not just the truth of me because I'm standing up here with this microphone in my hand. It's the truth of each and every person out here. And that's the teaching that we want to spread further. It's the truth. Jesus also came to teach truth. It's what Jesus the Christ means. So I don't know how you're feeling about Easter. But since we're celebrating this idea of everyday wonder this year, that's the theme of the year, perhaps you might want to check in and see. What is it that I believe about Easter these days? Many of us are not, or many of you all, are not from this teaching, but you're sitting here today, and so you probably come from a more traditional religion as this. What place does that have in your heart today? What does that look like for you today? These are good questions for us, because sometimes we grow and we don't always recognize our growth. We realize that we're in a new place, but we often forget why we're in the new place. Sometimes we have family members that are hanging on to older religions, and maybe we think, how silly is that? Not fair, judgmental, and not their truth. As Reverend Cheryl says, every week we welcome all spiritual paths. And that's why I showed the video 1. All spiritual paths. Easter is a lot of paganism that's going on with the whole springtime thing, right? It's kind of a lot of mixed messages going on. And then we have this supporting of the dental industry, which is very odd. I mean, it's odd, right? I don't even know how we got those two things together, but it's brilliant for the dental industry. But where do you stand? I mean, I think life, as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that I need to constantly check in with, how do I feel about this now today? How does this sitting with me? I do a lot of work in my teaching, in my research, and my just beingness to be a better, fuller version of myself. And so I have to constantly check in. What does Easter mean to me today? It means I get to have a nice brunch. Yeah. I do that every Sunday. Most Sundays. I have a nice glass of champagne. I do that every Sunday. It's part of my spiritual practice. Right? But what does it mean? What does this person, Jesus, what does he have to do with me? Yeah. Right, my bra strap is falling down and I can't really ignore that anymore. Just saying. We don't teach that Jesus is the great example or our Lord and Savior. But he has a place. We believe he's got a place here within us. A great prophet. We're thankful for his great works. But as he told you himself, and I'm paraphrasing, these things I do, you can do, and more. I don't want to say he's not special. He's special. Oh, each of us are special. Each of us. You know, there's nothing to, there's the saying that we, as practitioners, learn. There's nothing to heal, only truth to be revealed.
Oh, good.
Nothing to heal, just truth to be revealed. And that's what Jesus knew. That's why he could say, get up and walk. He's revealed the truth. The truth is always right here. Yeah. Jesus taught on that day when he knew he was facing death. And he chose to come in on that donkey just triumphantly. It's like, yeah, it's death, okay. Most of us here believe that we're eternal and immortal. So it's like, okay, well, what do I need to do to get to the other side? Because I know that once I get there, once I go through this, it's all good. But it's getting through that piece. You know, the people that have lost people this year and the year before, I mean, lots of loss, right? There's a way in which we have to do the work so that we can continue to show up on this plane triumphantly. We have to take care of ourselves. Reverend Daisy, Practitioner Daisy has a grief class coming up. It's going to help get you back in touch with wherever your center is. Because oftentimes we go through these life lessons, and a piece of us goes along with the person that is transitioned. And sometimes we got to figure out a way to find something else to fill that missing piece, fill that void. And we do. We do. That's what the teaching is here for. That's what ministers are here for. That's what ministerial prayer team is here for. But Jesus had a way of just knowing, without a shadow, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that yes, I will go through this and I will be fine on the other side. And even 2,000 years later, there will be a holiday that is celebrated for all of my good works. It should be a holiday for each of us, right? And all the people that we've watched transition. Because we've all done the best we can with the knowledge that we had at the time. Yeah. So I know Jesus doesn't mention too much about his family. We don't have to hear about his patterns of dysfunction that he went through. I'm assuming there were some, because have you ever met a family that doesn't have that? Or is this just a new thing? Is this just a new thing? But I imagine when he went through those trials and tribulations, he just intuitively knew that all he had to do was commune with the God of his being. And then he would realize that all is well. And so at this time, I'd like to ask Patty to come up and sing another little song.
Thank you, Rev. This is beautiful, and this is a beautiful token of people that we love and people that are here and that we've lost. And I have never bought a lily for anyone in my family who has left me. So I would have a few up here. I think of them, and I will think of your loved ones too when I sing the song. I come to the garden alone when the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear within my heart is singing, and he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. He speaks, and the sound of his voice is so sweet, the birds hush their singing, and the melody that he gave to me within my heart is ringing, and he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. I stay in the garden with him through the night. All around me is foaming, but he bids me go through the voice of woe. His voice to me is calling, and he walks with me, and he talks with me. He tells me that I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. 'Cause the joy that we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known.
Beautiful, beautiful. And so if you happen to be walking through the valley right now, please just know that to release that burden that you have on your heart, that you can always walk and tarry with Spirit. The divine is always right there, as close as your next breath, just waiting to heal the heartache, to heal that pain and the knowingness that each of us are temporary. We're physical. However, who we are and our beingness is always immortal and eternal. We are mighty, mighty beings, here to just be love. So no matter how you feel about Easter today, allow yourself to just celebrate the love. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Stacy.
Welcome, Brother Joe.
Easter, our talk title is Reveal, Release, and Rise, and Repeat. Reveal, release, rise, and repeat. As Reverend Stacy said, life, we say it's an upward spiral, but remember that dip as you go up. Just remember the dip. When I look at that sign, Reverend Stacy said, when are you going to take that sign down? I can't take that sign down, because that sign over there, when we had to raise money in order to receive a grant from the Hefferland Foundation, and the reason we had to do that is because they wanted to know if our membership was on board. I mean, if they give us something, okay, so what? You might be closed next month for all we know. We want to know, what does your members, how do they feel about your being around? That's why I keep that, because to me, that reminds me what we've spent the last 2 years doing. Reveal, release, and rise. Repeat. Oh my goodness. I'm a little tired when I think about all this stuff. Oh my gosh. Eric Butterworth said that metaphysically, Easter is the awakening and the arising to spiritual consciousness, and that Christ within each of us. So when we are born again, so to speak, metaphysically that is, we see a new spiritual dimension. And from that place in our hearts, in our minds, and we just know that the kingdom of God is within us. That's what Easter is about for me, to remember that I walk with that Christ consciousness. And I consider Jesus a teacher, a master teacher, who taught us that anything and everything is possible. At least that's his story. Maybe not his story. Because, like Reverend Stacy said, if you believe that there was a man, good. If you believe that there was just simply a principle, good. If you believe that the stories are just parables, good. What's wrong with any of it? It's all good, right? Right. Those are still good messages, no matter what you truly believe about, Christianity. You talk about Thursday. I mean, I don't know where they got the days, and I found out last week that there was something on Good Friday about 3 o'clock. And I didn't grow up Catholic. I grew up, arguing with the Sunday school teacher. So I'm like, that's not what it says to me. I'm coming up with these. Thursday, he had a Last Supper with his disciples as they walked to the garden. A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another even as I have loved you. That garden thing. And in the Garden of, how do you say it?
Gethsemane.
Father, take this cup from me, not my will, but thine. This is his story. Good Friday, 3 o'clock. No talking.
Eastern time.
Eastern time, apparently, yes. You know, the trial, he was found guilty of what? Blasphemy. Do you all know anybody that you have found guilty of blasphemy?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe me.
Maybe. Crucified. Truly, I'll tell you this day, this is from Luke, you will be with me in paradise. Resurrection, still on his story. On Sunday, he rose up above it all. He rose up not just out of the tomb, he rose above the confinement of the human experience. Now, again, his story. More than 2,000 years have passed, and we still are looking at this great example, this great story, this great parable, or this principle, or this actual man to help us know our divine heritage. The meaning of wholeness, the meaning of love, the meaning of empowerment. We're still looking and searching and revealing. Rise and repeat. Because we forget. At least I'm going to put it out there. You know, I may forget by the time I get to the door, but I know what to do to come back and remember the truth. And if you just look back on the events of his life, his story, and just do not bring ourselves into the truth of it, you know, we're just simply looking at history or his story. But it isn't the whole story. To complete it, guess what's needed to complete the story? You and me. Because we are also the story. Because I want you to substitute you in the story. I mean, I'm not picking on anybody, but, while we wait for fundamental Christianity version to dwindle away at some point in the evolution of human consciousness, because it will, I believe. Christ is not a story of dogma for me. It's not a formula, even for saving myself from eternal damnation, if I may say so, without ridicule. I know this is being recorded. I think Christ is a sweet field of energetic love and the gateway through which we can approach higher expression of ourselves. Not, I'm going to hell, I'm just born a sinner or whatever. I don't know, I don't remember because I was arguing, I told you. Christ is not just one radical guy who roamed the Holy Land a couple of thousand years ago. And Christ is not the last name of a Galilean woodworker. The Christ is the anointment of wholeness. Jesus tapped into a vibration of energetic love and it has animated not just his heart, but my heart. And guess what? That same experience is open to each one of us on this Resurrection Sunday. We can do this every day. We don't have to wait till the lunar calendar tells us when Easter is, or 3 p.m. on Good Friday. Honestly, getting saved by Jesus that's too simple. To me, that's just too simple. That's too easy. Because the deeper question for me is, there's something larger dreaming us, waiting for us to say yes to it. It's inherent in which every one of us. That seed of excellence that we're always seeking. And this carpenter from Galilee, he knew something about how each of us can reveal that divine life. And that's what we teach here. We attempt to, we're not, what did Dr. Morris say? We're a Christian, what did she say? We're not necessarily Christian, but we're applied Christianity. So we attempt to apply principle to our lives. And going up one day and being saved, that's too easy, I'm sorry. Because we got to work, what is it? What's the talk title? Revive, release, reveal, rise, repeat. And you might have to do that several times in one day. In one day. I think what matters is that we take from this master teacher, Jesus the Christ, we take his message of love, forgiveness, and empowerment, and we use it in our own lives. Agree?
Yes.
I mean, that's to me what Easter is about. It's this reminder of what we should have been doing last week. I don't want to shit on you, but what we most likely could have been doing last week, last month, last year. What I know that Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living has been doing for the last 2.5 years. And before that even. Or we wouldn't be sitting here right now, I promise you. We wouldn't be here. You know, Kathy Mastriani sent me this thing on, and thank you, Kathy. I know she's not watching, but she's busy. Ernest Holmes, speaking of his transition. Ernest Holmes is the founder of The Science of Mind, Religious Science, and author of our textbook. You know, it says, a few times Ernest Holmes did speak of his transition. Once he said, I have a premonition that after I go, someone will write my life story. And when it comes, there is an awful possibility of posthumous halos. I don't wear one here, and I don't expect to in the hereafter. So make sure I am not beautified, glorified, or defiled. Deified, sorry. He's not a deity, we know that. And make sure I'm not vilified either. And when I go, people are going to come to you and say, the most wonderful thing happened. Ernest appeared and talked to me. And if that happens, close the door in their face. Because it isn't true. When I leave, I'm going for good, and I'm not coming back to talk about it. My work will be finished here. I know this planet as well as I want to. And I don't plan to come this way again.
So it is.
In regards to his memorial service, he stated that he wouldn't be there as he would be busy elsewhere. Oh my God, another talk he gave in 1958. He passed in April in 1960. And he says, if I pass on tonight, they can take everything I've ever written and toss it in the ashes. It's going to be thrown away someday anyway. But two things will remain. There is a presence and there is a power in the universe which constitute a dual unity of action and reaction, and the polarity from which all things come. Learn to court the present by not only seeing God in everything and everybody, but by feeling God all the time. Feel the presence in the sacred place of your consciousness. Then use the power. Your thoughts will change the conditions of your life. He believed in the survival of consciousness, and that spiritual evolution and immortality were synonymous with Jesus. When he believed that even though his wife had gone before him, that he would be with her again. He believed. And that's what Easter, well, thank goodness for Easter. We have lots of holidays that actually remind us of the Christ within us. But he also said the human heart, he says, longs as a hungry man longs for bread, for spiritual food. It longs for that which will make it whole. And I think that's what our teaching can do. Reveal the self to the self. Thank you, Kathy, Master Young, for that. All right, repeat after me. Daily I rise.
Daily I rise.
In wonder.
In wonder.
In gratitude.
In gratitude.
In power and glory.
In power and glory.
I know that each one of us can live beyond and above the judgments and the limited thinking and even our ego, and that we can experience peace both within and without. That's who we are. We are creators and creative. Thank you for being here. So it is. Happy Easter.
Thank you, ladies. Incredible reverence.
Oh, gosh. I had no idea Ernest was funny. He was a funny guy.
I mean, you had a sense of humor. You're so smart.
Ah, gosh.
And today is all about rising up.
Yes.
Broken down and tired of living life on this merry-go-round. You can't find the fighter, but I see it in you. So we're gonna walk it out and move mountains. We're gonna walk it out and move over the mountains. And we'll rise up, we'll rise like the day, and we'll rise up, we'll rise unafraid, we'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I'll rise up in spite of all the aches. I'll rise up and I will do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you.
screaming ones. Okay. Woo-hoo! Yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Woo-hoo! Don't incite me like that, Al. I love you. Happy Easter. No, she's afraid to come up now. I don't blame her. She's like, what are they doing up there?
I know, I was like, what is he?
Should I don't know what I'm doing. I feel free when I'm with you. I'm rising up.
This was our opportunity for giving and receiving, and remember that it's not over till it's over, people. We're going to keep rising in spite of any pain, anything that's going on in the world. I'm going to ask the ushers to please come forward. And if you would take your gift in your hand and just repeat our affirmation with us. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it up to heal, bless, and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And what I know about each gift and each tithe is that it is used to continue to teach what needs to, and to reveal, to teach, reveal, and to remember to rise above each and every circumstances. And it's all within you and within each one of us. And what I know is that the world works in circles, and any gift given is returned multiplied abundantly. And I also know that each and every person, even those that feel that they have not much to give, that what is given is given in love and joy, and it shows up as you. And you are abundant. You are lavish abundance, as we know. And for that, I'm so grateful. Grateful for each and every gift and each and every time. And together, let's say, and so it is. And whoever's calling, amen.
They want you, yeah. Woo! Sing with me. I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and declare it to be so with an open mind and just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it is mine. I do believe that I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind, yeah, and just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it is mine. Anything I want, better get that, it is mine, yes. Perfect health, it is mine. Joy and peace, it is mine. Ooh, love, 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 it is mine. If it serves my highest good, yes, it is mine.
That is God calling. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just God calling.
Yeah, got to be. Barb's got to answer it.
That's right. Today is the last day that you can buy tickets for Bro's Restaurant in our bookstore, and they're just $10. But it's only good through today, so you've got to eat today. You can't. Well, I mean, you can take it home and eat it tomorrow, I suppose. But today is the last day. And I just have a couple more announcements. Friday night, this Friday night, is our Friday night self-care wind down, a virtual beauty experience with our Mary Kay person. So I forget her name. Sonora. And so we want to refresh and just get into our health care while we're drinking all the wine we want, because we're just sitting in our homes, just taking care of ourselves. And the cost is just, no, there's no cost. You actually, one person is going to win $500 that signs up for this. So not only do you beautify yourself, somebody's going to get $500.
That's neat.
And it's at 6:30 p.m. And if you want a link to the Zoom call, just call 702-807-1286. And more information is on the happenings table too. And then Daisy's class is going to be this Saturday at 10:30 a.m. And this is our emerging from grief class. And it's a 6-week workshop. And it's going to be here live right here. And the cost is just $120. And I mean, this is going to help so many of us. So please look at the happenings table and sign up for Daisy's class for this coming Saturday. And that's the only announcements that I have. And then Reverend Stacy has an announcement. And I just hope everybody has a blessed and beautiful week. That's what I know.
Kitty, you too.
Thank you, Kitty. Really quickly, there is a book launch that will be here on April 29th. It's Reverend Florence Rivera Monson. Actually, Reverend Florence has a unity ministry in the Philippines. So I thought that was fascinating. And the book is called Dream Big and Prosper with Effortless Ease. And so she'll be selling the book and she'll be here to ask questions. And yeah, so come on down April 29th. I believe it's from 9 to 11 a.m. So come on down.
Thank you. Hey. Hi, guys. Hey. Hey.
Hey.
All right. I'm going to ask our Ministry of Prayer team to please come forward. These are the folks that hold us. These are the folks on repeat, people.
They're on Rise and Repeat.
Well, yeah. I thought that was kind of given.
Well,
Rise.
just make sure.
And I think we have
Rise.
don't we have one child?
I think so.
We do have a kid
Yeah, I still want them to come up.
Good.
Are there any children? Could the ushers go get them,
Yes.
please? Let's sing them in.
In the name of love, in the name of love, in the name of love, in the name of love.
Yep, just like that.
In the name of love, in the name of love.
So you'll be doing this all day.
In the
I know. They're coming.
name of love,
I think it's fun.
in the name of
That's
love.
right.
Run shots, run shots, call them.
In the name of love, in the name of love.
Come on, you guys.
In the name
You just want me to sing forever.
in the name of love, in the name of love.
All right, ladies. Thank you for coming up. Did you have something to share?
You said it like you've never done it before.
I know.
Oh, no?
I have pictures. You've been here a long
Oh,
time.
a long time.
Uh,
We've seen you on stage. We know you're not shy.
That's right.
It's all good. It's all good. Can I just ask?
Here.
You have something to share?
Sure.
No pressure. No
So
pressure.
we we made bracelets. They're really pretty. This is mine. This is Margot's.
Beautiful.
I'm still working on
Oh yeah. So we made bracelets while talking. We read a book about Easter with the Berenstain Bears. It was honestly really interesting. It was amazing. And then we talked about how if we're all God, and then that means everyone else is. And then when realizing that, you have a better outlook on life. Like you were singing, having a positive look on people.
Yes.
Love you, Jaya.
And sometimes they were surprised that they liked the bear. What was it, Berenstain Bears?
I love that.
Okay, you're gonna have to read it again. I'm gonna have to read it. I don't think I've ever read it. Just so you know. Huh? No, she said she didn't finish her bracelet. It's okay. She's probably a perfectionist.
I'm almost done.
You're almost done? Okay, I will see it next week then. Awesome.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome. She's going to show it to us next week. But I bring the Ministry of Prayer team up here so you see these are the people who not only hold us up, they hold you up. If you need prayer today, they'll be happy to pray with you, for you. We also have a box if you want to leave. And whoever's calling, I want them to give us a prayer request, please. And if anyone online has a prayer request, please either call our office. If you're not embarrassed, put your prayer request in the comment section, and we will respond to that. All right, I'm going to ask Reverend Stacy to give us a closing prayer.
May I
Yes.
say one word? Sure, 2 words.
There you go.
3.
I'm counting.
I really would like to take the opportunity to invite you to the grief circles that I will be leading starting on next Saturday at 10 o'clock from 10 to 1.
10:30.
The cost of it is $120, and you can pay it $20 a week. What I really had intended to do was to be in here before this point in the service to share with you what that class, what that workshop is about. And if you don't mind, let me do this, please. During COVID, I lost a lot of people. 3 of my people were VIP people. The first one that I lost was my sister. She had some issues, and when she passed, I didn't think that I mourned her. The second person that I lost was my surrogate mother. She happened to be the best friend of my mother, and long before they ever thought they were going to leave here, they made a pact with each other that if whichever one died first would be the mother figure for the other children. And so my Auntie Pearline, who was not a blood relative, was there for us for all those years. She was at every function. We leaned on her, and we lost her. And the last person that I want to let you know about is my sister-in-law, Ruby. Ruby was my heart. I knew her. She's my husband's sister, and I got to know her before we ever got married, and we've been married for 54 years. She was loving and kind and positive and always had a smile and so giving. She was a great cook, and she'd cook and she'd spread her food around. So anyway, I share that with you to say those are some of the losses that I have suffered over COVID. And when I took this workshop, I did not realize what I was signing up for. I thought I was just going to get a way to handle grief circles but it included the opportunity for me to deal with the grief that I didn't realize I had not done. I am a practitioner, and I'm supposed to know all these things, right? But I hadn't dealt with it. I had lumped them all together in a little package. And that's how I dealt with my grief. And so what I found when I did because they require that we do the work that we're going to ask you to do. What I found was that lumping them together simply avoided the issue. And so I was forced to deal with each of those deaths individually. And the workshop included, I'm going to step away from that and tell you because I know I'm taking too much time. The workshop includes the period that you're in the workshop. We will do meditation. We will do, I have all of this on the phone, but I'm not going to bother. We will do meditation. There will be processes that we will go through that will allow you to open to the pain and the angst that you have moved away from, that you're blocking because you can't deal with it. There will be activities that will help you move through those things. And there will be some homework, but it will be homework that's aimed at a practice of some sort to help you, to support you in releasing the grief that you might be experiencing. So I wanted to take the time to share that with you, because I think if you know what this is about, you will have more interest in it. So I invite you to come. If you have lost anybody, and it doesn't have to be a person. You could have lost a job, your home, your car, your best friend, which I am in the throes of now. My friend just died yesterday. For 40 years of friendship. So I'm on the track again.
So will you be out by the table to talk to them about it?
Yes, thank you.
Oh,
I appreciate you putting me in.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, so I will be at the table. And if you have any questions about the workshop, please do come and talk with me. I would love to have you work with me on that. Okay? Thank you.
Thanks.
And I thank you for your patience. I really do.
Thank you, Daisy. So if you would, just let's just close our eyes together. As we leave this beautiful space and move out into the world on this beautiful Easter Sunday, let's just know that each of us has the opportunity to reveal the truth of any situation, that we can release any blocks, anything that is not the truth of those conditions. We are free to release them back to the nothingness from which they came. And from there we can rise above the condition, knowing that the only truth, the only answer is love.
Yes.
And so from that, we just do the same thing all over again and repeat. And so with that, I'm just grateful, knowing that it is a good, blessed day where each of us finds that Christ within and knows beyond a shadow of a doubt that it is that which serves, that it is that which is truth. It is that which is the peace. And so for that and so much more, I simply say thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the beautiful souls. Thank you for life itself. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And with this, I release this prayer to that law which only ever says, yes, it is done as you believe, and I believe it. And together let's say, and so it is. So it is. Sing our peace song. Stand and sing our peace song, please.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and now it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, loved ones all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and now it begins with me.
All right, I just want to remind the guests to please sign our guest book, and for those who purchase Easter lilies, you can certainly take one home. And repeat after me, something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Repeat, something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right